Fine. So what happened that for making a GUI, we have a Tinctor as a module. For doing some data science operation, we have a Pandas, NumPy. For data visualization, we have a module called Matplotlib. Same way, for creating a website or web application, we have a module called Django, Flux. These two are very popular one modules in which Flux is used for suppose if you are making any website for very small area, not for like normal local shop, you are making it a website. So what you will do it, your requirement, your resources will be less. Okay, less numbers of people will come as a customer, less products will be there, because in local shop there won't be any problem. You guys can hear me, no? I can continue, no?
Yeah.
Fine, good. Huh. So what happens? So a small local shop, if I am making website for that, so what happens that my requirement won't be more. Okay, my requirement will be very less only. So what I can do is that I can make a small web application, small website kind of thing. So for that, for making a small website of kind of thing, we can go to the module name as Flask. Flask, Flask. That is also in Python, only a Python module, which that we need to install it up. Okay, for creating a heavy projects for large, suppose I want to create something called YouTube videos, or I want to create something called amazon.com. There the product listing are very much, and the customers are also very as compared to the local shop. So for that, for controlling that heavy kind of a project or heavy kind of a website, we will be using a Django modules are there. You can create with the help of a Django, you can create a small shop website also, web application also you can create it, there is no problem. But since this module size will be more as compared to Flask. Why it will be more? Because in Flask you have to create your own username, admin page, like that you have to create it. There less functionality, less functions has been given as compared to Django. But in case of Django, they got it like these are the basics things that will be sure for user to create it, programmer or developer to create it. So what they have done, they have inbuilt it those functions also, so number of functions are more as compared to Flask. So that's the reason this Django is what in heavy in sizes, means its size is more as compared to other modules in web application. Okay, so what we need to do it, since it's an external module, so what I need to install it up by manually. So what I need to do it, I'll go to my window, I'll open the command prompt. No, I'll open first the which location I need to install my this Django. So pip I'll install it. Then I'll go to the open file location. This location I'll just copy it up. You can see Uma, you can see the yesterday video, same thing I have taught it to install external module. Same, I'll since Django is also an external module, so I have to do that particular thing only. Now I am opening a command prompt cmd. Okay, here what I need to do, cd change directory, and then that particular location which I have selected, that will be copied over here, and then enter over there, enter I'll do. Then what happened, my command prompt has came to that particular location, script location, where the Python is installed and all the packages will be installed. So here I need to write pip install django. Okay, now what will happen, internet connectivity should be required. And since in my system I have already installed the Django, so the message coming requirement already satisfied. The first time if you are installing Django in your system, it will download those modules from internet and it will install in your particular Python. Okay, so So what happen is that this Django is a heavy software, and you need to do lots of things like HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Those things also you have to learn, because in web application you have to learn those basics things. For example, the layout which you are seeing, that is known as front end. Means if I am opening any website, all those things which you are seeing in the front is what is front end. Okay, that is known as front end. The means the way of layout, the picturings, how it is looking, all those things. So this thing is what, this is front end. This is front end, we can say front view. What all things are coming in your front, that is known as front view. So for making this, we use HTML and CSS as a language, scripting language. Okay, so those things also we have to use in Django, because we are creating a web application. And this books and all those things are saved in my database, okay, in a module. Okay, so those things are saved into my database. So those things are known as backend. Okay, means those things are not been visible. I don't know where these books are being stored in a table, those things. So for that, what happened, that is known as backend. Okay, backend processing. So Django is also working in a backend only. Fine. So this is the way. Now what happen is that, fine. So in Django, it's a heavy project. We have to use HTML, CSS, Java query, JavaScript, all those things. So I cannot use this particular ideally which have been given by Python. I have to install some other advanced ideally. So I can install Pycharm, I can install Anaconda, all those things. But for best purpose, we will be installing a Pycharm, Pyche, Pycharm ideally, an editor to do the programming. Okay. So what you need to do is that Pycharm you need to write and just download. Okay. As per your download, as per your operating system, automatically it will detect it and it will show the download version. Now there are two versions to be downloaded. Okay, one is professional version and another one is community version. Okay, so what happened, Windows OS has been selected by default. If I want for another, I can switch to it. Okay, so this professional version is for what, paid one. Okay, so first month they will give it for free. From next month you have to pay for it. Okay, but since we are doing our development, we can create our own programming also through this community, or we can create our own website software through this community version. So we will be just download this particular, it will be around 500 600 MB. It's an heavy software. Okay, after installing, just next, after downloading, just installing, next, and then what you need to do, you need to open the PyCharm in your system. Okay, so Vasita, why we are not using the by default Python ideally editor? What is the reason why you are shifting to PyCharm? Are you there?
Yes, yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, why we are shifting to PyCharm? Why we cannot do with default IDLE one, Python IDLE one?
No idea.
Uma, why we are doing in PyCharm? Why we are not doing in IDLE one, default Python IDLE? Just now I have told no the reason. What happened, since we have, I have shown the examples also. Since what happened, all other language also to be used in this, like for example HTML, CSS, okay, JavaScript as a front end example, okay, as a front end procedure. So what happened, I cannot use other language in this Python ideally. I cannot use, no, I cannot use the HTML, CSS or images. Means I cannot use it. I can use it, but it will be tough. as compared to, means what happen, it will be tough to code it up. If I am writing pr, and if same pr if I write in pycharm as an ideally, I'll get a suggestion that do you want to write print or what, like so. For the development purpose it makes it easy. Okay, so that's the reason, and more functionality has been added in pycharm as compared to what other uh, this default one. Means heavy software, whenever you are developing something, you'll go to a good editor so that your most of the works get solved easily and more functionality you got it. Okay, understood? Understood, Vasita?
Yes, sir.
Understood, Uma? Why we are using pycharm?
Yes, sir.
Can you say me why we are using?
For development is
Hmm. Why we are using Varshita? PyCharm or Anaconda?
it is easy for supporting other languages, like in scripts like
Yeah, yeah,
HTML front end script.
yeah. Means you can do more functionality over here. You get lots of, means you will be getting. See, I have written print only. Suddenly they have given a what, a suggestion. So I'll just print enter, and automatically my code will be written print. I need not have to make colon mark. This all like that. Okay, understood?
Yeah.
Fine. So I have opened this PyCharm. Okay, what I need to go, I'll go to file, I'll create a new project. Okay, I'll give the project name, and then what I'll do, I'll make a create over here. Okay, it will ask me whether you want to open in this particular project only or as a new project. So I can select as a new project and okay, I'll do it. Okay, it will create a project and it will make it up. I have a video for this, I'll share you up all those things. Okay, now what happened, now I need to set up a module also inside my this, or I need to install a module inside my pycharm also. Okay, so for that I'll go to file, I'll go to setting. Here I'll search what? Interpreter. Okay. So finally, suddenly I'll get a suggestion called Python interpreter. Okay. This I'll be selecting and this box will be coming out here. So I'll go. This is where what happened. This is the project name. Okay. And this is what? This is the location where I was installing my script one. As you can see, that file name slash vnub script dot, you can select the same pip location which I have installed there, that over also here I can install it. Okay, or by default while installing pycharm they will ask that do you have any python interpreter or not, so you can select it. Automatically that python interpreter will be attached over here. If you want to create your new python, that also you can do is over here. For this is the one we were installing it. Okay, now I have selected my location and I want to install in this particular my module. So what I'll go to this plus marks. Here all the modules names has been given. Okay, you can see all the modules names are there. Here just you need to search it, Django. Okay, all automatically all the supporting Django modules will come. There you need to select that particular and install package. Okay, now if you want to install a specific version also, that also you can do. So it will take some time, it also requires an internet connectivity, and then your message will come, package Django installed successfully. Then you need to cut it over here, then you can see over here all those install modules which you have installed will come over here. Okay, as a name. Okay, matplotlib, numpy, all those modules which you have installed it, that will come over here. Okay, will show over here, and then you need to make okay. Okay, so this is the way of using pycharm and installing it. Okay, now we will see what is our Django is. Okay, so Django is a web application framework. that assist in building and maintaining quality web application. Django helps in eliminate repetitive tasks, okay, making the development process an easy and saving experience. What happen is that the moment you will create your Django project, all these files will be automatically provided by the user itself, means by the developer itself in Django itself. Okay, means I'm not creating these many files, all the basics file, which I find it out that whenever a person is creating a web application, he or she should be using this. For example, if I am creating a amazon.com, so what will happen, I'll create a two application over there. Two application in the mean I want to say is that one application, one, or suppose like one website I'll create for owner of the amazon.com. One application I'll create for user, the customer of the amazon.com. Why? Because if I'm opening amazon.com, I need to have those purchase like buy, sale, like that. Okay, if I clicked over here, so what will happen, I should click on this book. Okay, and I should get an option that this particular book can be all the by now all this function should be there. But if there is an owner of this amazon.com, why he or she should be requiring this particular feature? By not he is not going to buy this particular book. So what all things are owner want, that how many cells has been ordered today, how many more quantity we need to buy any product, means in stock we need to have it. Those what is the revenue of today, how many sales has gone, those data, how many customer has visited to our website, those data are useful for what, owner of the amazon.com. But for customer, those data are useless. Why are revenue, how many revenue has been done, how much revenue has been done for today, why are customers to worry about it? He should get a option of return, buy now, these all things. So two applications we will be creating it up in Django. What happen, those two application you can create it in one project itself. Those facilities has been added in Django, whereas in other those things are not been added. Okay, so what happen is that, or example, there's a database. Okay, tables will be there. So those database has already been created while you are installing a Django, while you are using a Django. Is that those things you need not have to create on your own. Only what happen, admin name and password, that you have to set it up as per your requirement in Django. So most of the features they have already built in it up in Django. That's the reason it's heavy, and it's required less time to create any website. Okay, so Django helps eliminate repetitive tasks, making the development process an easy and time saving experience. In many, Django is used so that we get the final product fast as possible. Okay, Django is a high level Python web framework that encourages rapid development and clean. Okay, Django makes it easy to build a better fast. There are some advantage of using Django. One is what? Object relational mapping. So Wasita, what is object? Where we are using object? What happened today? Everything good, or you want to murder someone? Eh?
Nothing happened.
So why so silent? No lunch?
I had.
Uma, she is not feeling good. Sing a song for her. Uma, are you there?
Sir, then she will die.
Chalo. Fine. Ka question what I asked I forgot also. Huh? What is object? Where we are using Uma? Don't make me die. Say some answer. Where we are using object? Where we are creating object? In core Python, advanced Python, where?
Advanced Python.
Hmm. So we are using object in advanced Python, okay, for classes and all those programming we are using it. So what happened is that I have a few advantage of the Django using is that object relational mapping ORM support. So what happened? Object means what? The object which we are creating while doing using a advanced Python, and relational means what? A table, okay, database mainly. So our features has been added by Django itself, that object relational mapping. So what happened in that, when we were doing a database programming, we have to write that query language, isn't it? Create table name, and then column name, what data type it will take, select star from like that table name and what all operation, update, and then we can. So what that was, what query language, isn't it? So in Django, there's a features called object relational mapping. What happens? The moment you have created student one equal to Vasita, okay, and Vasita, and then like living in class one, roll number is one, and living in Motinagar, okay, that the moment you have fed it this data, what happened? You have created an object. Object you have created, then what happened? This object will directly go and store in a table. You need not have to do insert into table name and the values which you were doing in database. Okay, or if you are writing a second object, if you are making it Uma class 1 say, like living in JNTU, address at JNTU, the moment you have created an object, automatically what will happen, this object will get stored in what, it will go in stored in a table. You need not have to worry it. So this process of from object to table storing is done through with the help of ORM, object relational mapping. Okay, so what happened is that you need not have to learn my query language for that to store the data. Okay, now there's a multilingual support. What happened? Different types of, if you are creating any website and you want to add Telugu, Spanish, France, or Hindi, English, all those, so for that you, that also support it is providing in multilingual supports. Okay, already been there. Now framework support is there. If you want to use any other framework like Ajax and RSS caching or another framework and another library, if you want to use that also you can use through Django. Okay, administration GUI is there. You will be getting a username and password to log in, and you can change there for security of website. Okay, development environment is there. It's like we can get a server based procedure also you can do, means directly we can upload my website to a server, to any remote location in internet. Those also basics features they have already been created. So now what you do is just write it down in your notebook, this feature advantage of Django. Written. Done. Done or not?
Done, sir.
Okay, fine. No, now normally what happen in Java? Vashita, you know Java, no?
No, sir.
You know C. Uma, you know Java?
No.
Fine. So what happened in that in Java and other programming language, we have a concept called model view MVC pattern. Okay, M for stand for model, V for view, C for controller. So what happened? Model means what? Database. Okay, I'm talking about data. The moment anywhere if you see it up model, that means what? It's a database. View means what? The things we are which you are seeing it. For example, if what happened is that in Amazon website there must be lot of all this there are TV details, TV electronics items are there, mobiles are there, men's fashions are there, women's fashion are there, home kitchen, these all things are there. Okay, these are stored where? In a table, in a database. Okay, that is known as what? Model. Now view, if I want to click on men's fashion, then what happened? Clothing, if I click it, what will happen is that this particular only the men's cloth will come over here. Okay, isn't it? So view is coming of what? As a men's data is only coming, so particular data is only coming. For example, what happened is that in database, if I have created a database, okay, in which I have created for a school, isn't it? Whole school database I have created, and I want to see one particular database of class 2 only. So that what it will fetch from all the database, and it will show to class in the front end, in the which I am seeing on the screen will be the database of what? Class 2 student only. So that is known as what? View. Model means database, view means showing the particular requirement as required data to the user. Okay, and what the work of a controller? Controller work is to coordinate with model and view, and to uh, to operate it up, that how the mod or how only class 2 data will come and will show to the view. So controller is working as a mediator between model and view. Okay, so the model is lowest level of the pattern which is responsible for maintaining data. Okay, okay, the view is what? View is this is responsible for displaying all or a portion of the data to the user. Got it? Now the controller part is what? Controller, the software code that controls the interface between model and view. Okay, so event will given controller, and then view, and the model is there. Event will saying that I want to see only class 2 data, that is acting as a event. Now controller is going to the controller, controller will send to view, and from view that particular location will come and it will show it to the, or it will send it like that. Okay, so it will act as a b2, but in the Django we are not using MVC, we have a new concept called MBT. M for what? Model, V for view, T for template. The controller part is done by Django itself. Django has been replaced that controller part, and he itself does that controlling of between model and view. Okay. So the model view template is slightly different from MVC. The fact that the main difference between the two pattern is that Django itself take care of the controller part software code that control the interface between the model and view, leaving us with the what in leaving us with the template. In template, that HTML CSS code will be there, which is acting as a view. Okay, that the template is a HTML file mixed with Django templates language DTA. Okay, so what happened is that a user is there, he is requesting a particular portion like women's wear to see in amazon.com. It will be sent through a URL only, amazon.com/women section. Then what will happen, that will go to view location. Okay, that I want only this particular section. Then what will happen is that that will go to my main all the database where has been stored. That particular section means footwear section will come to my view. Okay, now templates to display that particular location beautifully, I'll be adding it up in view plus template. Now that will be sent as a response to the user. Okay, and that will be shown to the user. Understood or not? Anyone have any doubt can ask me. Understood?
Hi.
Who is there? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Okay.
explain me once.
uh, I'll have an example also. Anyhow, wait, what happened, you are typing amazon.com and you can see what happened /gb slash here you can see m fashion underscore clothing came. Good. Now when you open for women section, this particular thing will be changed. It will come w fashion underscore clothing. So this is a view, okay, which you are seeing it. So what will happen in this case, a user is sending a request, okay, in which he wants only the uh, footwear section. Okay, men's footwear section he wants. So what will happen in this particular link, this is the URL, it will come m fashion underscore footwear. Got that only, it been sent as a URL, okay, to the view. Now what view will do is that in view what happen, we will send it to model. In model all the database will be there, all the products data will be there, in which men's footwear, men's clothing, women's footwear, women's clothing, all the database, all the datas are there. But in that I want only the men's footwear. So it will fetch men's footwear from here. Okay, and that particular location data only. Now with the templates, what will come, a front end view will come. In front end view what will be coming, HTML files will be coming. HTML file, CSS file. HTML file, CSS files are used for what? It is used for front end, to display how you want your view data to display to the user, okay, to the customer. Okay, so what will happen, from view I have taken out model. From model I have taken out, which data I have taken out, men's footwear. Okay, so that particular data will only come over here, will reside in my view. Okay, now in templates my HTML and CSS file will be sent to display it up, to give more beautification to my data, as a raw data cannot be seen to the user won't be understand. If the same use, if I same as footwear data, if I provide in a table and data row and column format, a user will get confused. So user want in a more beautiful manner. So for getting more beautiful manner, what I'll do, I'll use HTML and CSS. Okay, so that particular came over here, get mixed it up with the view data, and then again a URL will be sent to user, okay, as a response URL, and that will be shown to the user. Understood, Uma?
Yes, sir.
Can you
Yes,
explain
yes.
me? Can you explain me?
पासबुक क्या कहीं होंगे
Washita, can you explain me?
पिक्चर
Yes, sir.
Explain that.
Whatever the user required is sent to the view through framework, Django framework in the form of URL.
Uh,
Then from that, it will we fetch the data required from the database, that is the model,
Good, excellent.
and to represent that in a good way to
Hmm.
for user understandable, we
Hmm.
use template.
Hmm.
From that,
In
the
template
return
we will
URL.
be in template we will be having HTML, CSS,
Yes,
isn't it?
okay.
Hmm. Then
From that, as a return URL, user will get a pictorial representation of all the data
yeah,
required.
yes, yes, yes. Good, excellent. Okay. So the developer provides the model, okay, the view and the templates, then just map it to the URL, and Django does the magic to the server to it to the user. Means at last Django is working as a controller, and Django will represent the all the thing. Fine. So what happened to use the Django? First we need to install the Django. So pip install Django, as I have already shown you how to do it. Now open Pycharm ideally. Okay. Create new project. Give a name to your project. Okay. Giving a name to your new project, it will ask. Okay. Now go to the setting and set the interpreter. There also you need to install the Django. Okay. Fine. Good. I have shown you already. Now the Django has been installed. Fine. I have a. I'll show. I'll share with you that particular recorded video in which I have done line by line. I have created the project. I have set the name. Okay. Then I'll be sharing with you guys. Okay. Fine. There that you see it up and then. So what you need to do? Then you need to anyhow. I'll explain over here also. You need to go to this terminal. Okay. Now you need to, since I have created this Sudeep as a project, I have given as a project name. Okay, there I have gone inside it. I have gone. So what I did it by default, it will be inside a PyCharm project only. So I need to do CD and then Sudeep project name, basically project name which you have given it to create it. Inside that you need to go. So already I am in Sudeep underscore project, okay, which I have created it. Now going inside this, I have to write this particular command to create a project: django hyphen admin start project, and then the product name, what project name you want to give. Here I am just giving my project name as a first project. These all things I have done it step by step. I don't need to worry it up. I'll share you that particular video in your email ID. Go through it. Have problem, you can ask me. Okay. Anyhow, I am explaining over here also. So I'll write over here django, okay, slash admin, then what was the name, start project, okay, and then the project name. What all things you can give a project, and one I'm giving as a project name, and then I'll press a enter over here. It will create what, it will create a new, it will create a new project. So you can see project n1 has been created, one project got. By default you will find this files are already there. Init file, asgi.py, setting.py, urs.py, wsgi.py, manage.py. So these things, due to these things only, I'm saying that what happened, these things are already been created in your Python in Django. So most of the work has been done before itself. You just need to edit those things to complete your tasks or to fulfill your projects. Okay, fine. Now to see after doing it up, okay, if what will happen, if any errors comes over here, it will, if the Django is not been installed nicely in my system in this particular Pycharm as well as, it will give me an error that Django not defined, like that it will come. Okay, since it has been installed successfully, so it is not giving any error to me. Okay, now to check this thing has been done, after writing over there, after successful run of the above command, first project folder will be created with these all supporting files. Okay, now you need to cd, as I have already mentioned over here, the cd to change to go inside my folder. Okay, that project folder. Okay, I have gone inside it. Now what I need to do is that cd project N1 is my project. I am going over here. I want to see all the directory, what all files are there. dir is for seeing the directory, all the files name. Okay, so I have manage.py. So to check Python has been installed successfully in my system, I need to write this command, Python manage.py run server. Okay, so I'm writing Python manage.py run server. Good. Now I'll just press it up. Enter. Okay, the moment I have press it up, if the Django, what happen is that this particular link will be open, will be provided. These are local host link. Okay, local host means own system acting as a server over here. Okay, so I'll click over it. You can copy and paste it as a URL as well as, or you can click it also. Both things can be done. A web page will be opened. A web page will be opened, okay, in which it will be saying that installed work successfully, congratulations, your Django is working fine. Now you can do the coding, you can create a website on your Django itself. Good. Okay, if your Django has been not installed nicely, an error message will come over here. Good. So after running that particular command, this link will be provided. All the things has been noted it down. This particular screen will come when you are clicking on that particular link. Okay. Now I need to create what? I need to create an application now. Okay, inside my project. Okay, so example, I have told you that there are two types of applications. One is for owner, another application is for customer. So I can create both the two application inside my one project itself. That facility is provided in Django, whereas in other you need to create another website itself or another project also. Okay, so for creating a application inside my project, I'll be writing Python manage.py start app, and then the first app means the application name, owner application, client application, customer application, like that you can give the right. Okay, now what happen is that I need to close this server and I need to write Python manage.py start app, and the app 1 I am giving as an application. So after clicking this, again what will happen, a folder will be created inside my project with app1 name, and again some of the files will be predefined, will be created. Models.py, here the database connectivity will be there, database details will be there. Test.py, just to test it up my system. Okay, admin.py, giving access to a username and password. Okay, views.py is what? The view.py, which we are talking in MVT, model view and model view templates, that is only a views.py. Okay, and templates we will be creating. I'll create a folder over here of a templates and I can store over there. Fine. Okay, now what happened, an app has been created. Okay, now you need to go to settings.py. Why you need to go to the settings.py of the main project? Of the main project you need to go to the settings.py, where because there is only a settings.py. Here you need to find it out, allow install app, and here you need to mention your app which you have created, a newly created. So Vasita, what is my app name which I have created now? Uma, what is my application name which I have created just now? What is the application name which I have created just now? You can have look over here. Python manage.py start app, and then what I am writing? App1 is
One
what?
app
App.
name.
Yeah, good, very good. App1 is what? Application name. So I have to mention over here app1 so that it get registered in my project. Okay, good. So that I need to do it compulsory. So setting.py I'll be opening and I'll be writing my app name. Here in this case I have created a first app. So I have mentioned first app there. Now that I did it, now I'll go to the urls.py. Okay. In urls.py what happened is that in urls.py what will happen, if you can see here in this case what happened, amazon.in slash gp slash, you can consider it a what, m fashion came. The moment m fashion came or menswear it came, if I open another website of like, I need to show you that. What is happening here, you can see amazon.in is fixed in each and every link. Amazon.in, amazon.in, like that it is fixed in each and every. First one I have opened a book, second one I have opened a customer care website, okay, third one I have opened a pantry. So in this what happened, amazon.in is compulsory, isn't it? This is compulsory. After what it is getting changed, slash customer slash pantry online groceries slash rich dad poor dad book, like that. Okay. So same thing will be, we will be doing with the help of writing over in my URL. So if any URL comes as I have created, if any URLs comes with your book section, then what happen, you go to application and fetch the book section from views.py. Okay, means your, I mean to say is that this URL pattern is getting changed, isn't it? Only the URL pattern. At the moment the URL, with the help of a URL pattern only, you are getting a different view pages, isn't it? So the main thing is that what, your URL pattern is been changed. For example, if you open men's section, first section will be watches, second section will be footwear, third section will be clothing. Same way in women section also you'll be having three subsection. First section will be watches, second section will be footwear, third section will be clothing. Okay, so you are subdividing it. That can be, and the moment a person has been selected a woman section, it will go to first woman section, and then it will fetch the clothing section, and then it will produce it up, it will display that particular view. So this URL, about the URL only I'll be mentioning in this particular, in first project dot urls.com. Okay, here is there. In first project 1, there is a urls.py. Here only I'll be at the end, I'll be writing it up. If any website comes, with the name Sudeep written over there, okay, what you need to do, you need to go to the Sudeep app.urls.py. Understood? This this PowerPoint is what regular expression. This R I am taking as a regular expression. Okay. So any path name, any URL comes which has been written Sudeep app written over there in URL. So you go to Sudeep app dot URL like that. Okay. If suppose if I am creating an Amazon website, I am writing that if any requirement comes with men's section, okay, then what you need to do, you need to include that particular and send to men's section app dot urls dot like that I can give it. Okay, same way will for women section also. So I am subdividing over here itself this particular location, means which application I need to open. Okay, which application I need to open, which where I need to send as according to my URL. Got understood? Now from this, if any URL comes with Sudeep app, it will go where Sudeep app dot URL. So in my Sudeep app dot URL, there is a Sudeep app dot URL. What will happen? It will, this won't be there in urls.py. We need to create it. So how I'll create it? I'll go right click over here, new, and Python file, and then I'll be writing, as you can see, this one we have created, and there is a no urls.py. So I'll right click it, I'll go to new, I'll go to Python, I'll write urls.py. Good. Now this will be created. So now this has been created like that. And first my URL will come to the project. Okay. From project, it will go to urls.py. Here it will find it out. Sorry, this one not project urls.py. It will go. Okay, project urls.py. Here it will see that my URL contains Sudeep. Fine, Sudeep is there. You will go to Sudeep apps.url. So it will search for Sudeep apps. It got it here. Is there any urls.py? Yeah, it will go to this particular location, Sudeep app/urls.py. Here you need to give your whatever link you want to give. For example, men's section came, men's section footwear, men's section watches, men's section clothing. Like that, I'll be making 3 views. URL pattern means view. Now here I am saying that if somebody writes what, if somebody comes by default and nothing written over here, go to views.index. Okay, views.index. So now where this views.index is there, this views.index is in current directory only. It will go to this views.index and it will see search for index function. What index function is doing? It is displaying http response, hey Django, Python Sudeep app is there. If somebody has clicked, has URL second fun, Sudeep app/second fun like that, then where to go? Views dot another function it will go. Another function, then views.py it will open and it will search for another function as a function. Yeah, another function I got it. What another function is doing? This is another function, this will be display. Okay, now so what I am doing it, I am running right now and I'll show you this particular Python. I need to go to Sudeep. What I have written, as you can see, one more thing, I have just written SUDEEP I have written, or any few lines, few characters you will write, and then you press the tab key, tab key on your keyboard. Suddenly it will fetch the similar one, it will write the whole thing. Okay, and now I am pressing enter, and now what I am writing, Python manage.py run server. Okay, now it will press enter, and that same server web page will become as a local host. It has came. Now I'll click on it. That is coming because I haven't set the, now I'm writing Sudeep app. So what happened, I told that if any URL comes with Sudeep app, where to go? In my settings.py, I have told that no urls.py, I told that if any location comes with Sudeep app written in the URL, you go to Sudeep apps.url. So I went over there. By default, if anything is not written in, then home page, as an home page, where to go, in views.index. So I am finding out views.index. What index is doing? Index is showing that, hey Django, Python Sudeep app, like that. Okay, so that particular thing will be shown. Hey Django, Python Sudeep app. In same way, another, what I have done is that I have gone to my URL, main url.py, Sudeep app. It is going to where? Sudeep apps.url. Okay, gone. And I'm saying that if anything comes with more written second fun, like that, second fun. So in my URL, if I am writing colon second fun and I'm pressing it, another web page is coming, another thing is coming. So you can consider this as a real world. Man section came, and again man section footwear came, like that. Okay, so another views coming. So what view is coming? What we have written in my views.py, this is another function Sudeep app. Understood? This is another function Sudeep app. So what is happening? A particular, as per the URL, a particular web page is coming. What all things we have done. So in this web page only, what, instead of showing a simple text message, what you can do, you can take a data from the URL, from the model, and you can represent it up. Understood? Understood anyone, or any have any doubt? Understood? All clear? Uma understood?
Yeah, sir.
Vasita understood? Or anyhow, I'll be sharing that particular, this also I'll be sharing, which will be showing you step by step how I am changing, where I am changing it up. And as well as what I'll be sharing with you, a recorded video in which I have created this Sudeep application step by step. That also. Okay, both the things I'll be sharing, no need to worry. As well as I'll be sharing with you guys our resume, a template kind of resume. So I'll show you, maybe, no, a template I'll be sharing with you, a resume once, okay, which you can edit it as per your requirement. So first name, last name you can write, you can add your pictures if you want to. Okay, contact detail, address, phone number you can give, email ID, language you want, you are good enough to write it. Okay, now summary, if you want to add, like add dedicated, these things you can write. Energetic in individual seeking to join in XYZ company, you can replace with your company name. Okay, name as a profile you can write software engineer, like that. Okay, I'm good enough in interpersonal skills, computer skills, programming skills, knowledge of program design, you can edit it as per your requirement. Then skills highlighted, I know core Python, I know advanced Python, I know data visualization, data manipulation, pandas, twinkter, Django, oops concept, matplotlib, programming skills, you can write it up your EC, as well as procedure. And if you have any experience, then you can write, or in place of experience, what you can do, you can write projects on which I have worked it, like that. Okay, that you can give project's name and description what I have done in that project, education, bachelor of degree, and this where you have done your college name. If you have a class 12, class 10, if you have your school name, okay, if you have a good marks you can mention your percentage also in this particular thing, and certification and courses like that you can mention. Okay, I'll be sharing this also to you guys so you can edit it up. Okay, and mm, mm, mm. So video I'll be sharing. Go through that. Please go through that video, and you can ask me if you're not able to understand. Okay. Anything else you want to know? Any doubt? Okay. I'll this Django as well as that video I'll be forwarding in your Gmail ID. Okay. So this is our completion of course. Today is the last class. If you guys have any doubt afterward also after completion, you have my mobile number, you have my email ID, you have my Skype number, as well Skype address also. You can ask me any places, anything. No need to worry. If you want to know anything regarding careers, you can discuss with me. I can guide with you. I'll be glad to guide also. Okay. So that is the thing. Okay. Fine. Everyone good? I'll be sharing with you guys a feedback link. If you are interested, you can fill that also. Okay, goodbye then. Goodbye, Uma.
No, sir.
Why? What happened? You'll
Why?
cry over. Say. What you say? If you want to say something, say.
No, no goodbye అంటున్నా sir. Only bye.
Okay. Only bye. And I'm seeing that tears are coming in your eyes. And this
Yes,
Vasita
sir.
stopped. Vasita stopped talking only. She becomes angry. I think so.